Hello and welcome to the special series presented by Livemint and Hewlett-Packard Enterprise titled Control Your Digital Destiny. I'm your host Gautam Srinivasan, and in this special presentation you will get a ringside view of how leaders from diverse industries of India Inc. are navigating their digital transformation journey. Today, we focus our talk on the vibrant financial sector in India and understand the digital mantra powering the nation's largest stock exchange, which also ranks among the top 5 in the world in terms of daily turnover and trades. Shiv Kumar Bhasin, the Chief Technology and Operations Officer at NSE, joins us to share his insights. Som Satsangi of HPE India also joins us in this exchange of ideas to share his expert perspective on how technology can transform your business. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Mr. Bhasin, you bring with you a vast experience in navigating choppy digital waters. Right. So let me kick things off by asking you, why is it important for organizations to take charge of their digital journey, to take control of their digital destiny, in your opinion?
Actually, there is a tremendous pressure on the organizations for digitizing the various customer journeys or the touch points where they have any critical conversations or touch points with their key stakeholders, and customer being one of the key for any organization. And it is very, very important if they do not work on their digital destiny, they are going to lose out on the customer value propositions to the competition, and consequently their turnover as well as the services to the customers, the service levels are going to get degraded in the new digital world. So given this critical risk which they are going to face, most of the organizations have started thinking in a very wider spectrum that what are their key customer touch points are, or they do a patchy job of fixing the those touch points with giving them a digital gloss, or they looking at reinventing and completely rethinking using the design thinking processes, what should be the new interaction model in the digital world, where the digital technologies could be leveraged to have a more and more insights, data insights built into any interaction which they are having with the customer, and this service should be available at any time, anywhere, on any device, any medium, and everywhere. It should be a seamless experience for the customer. So all these technologies are really helping out, to have enhancing the experience and digital journey, and taking the destiny in terms of a customer segmentation, in terms of a taking into account whether the customer is getting the right information, more proactive manner, but in a non-intrusive way. And whenever he needs the help, the organization is there.
Let me get Som's view on this as well. When we look at the necessity of digital transformation, do you think it's almost a given basis, the points that Mr. Bhasin has mentioned about the centricity of customer and the interaction, making it seamless? Digital transformation in that perspective is almost a necessity. What's your view on that?
Yeah, so first thing first, probably the digital transformation is coming much faster as we thought a couple of years back. And it is disrupting almost every businesses, challenging the status quo of every industry, and also bringing a lot of new business model which never existed. Globally, we can see there are so many new things which has come because of the digital disruption and digital adoption, like Uber, Amazon, Netflix, all of those things global level, they are big giants. But closer to home, if you see some of those things, Oyo, they have transformed the way the hotel industry and you require 1 day, 2 day rooms available kind of thing. They are disrupting that things with the help of digital. And you rightly mentioned that it should be available through your hand device or your mobile device from 24/7 from anywhere. And that's the power of digital it is bringing. Similar thing like a big basket, the way you consume the grocery, it has changed the perception kind of thing. Earlier you used to go to Kirana shop, nearest Kirana shop, buying the grocery or to the mall and all. Today it's all available on your handphone. You just send the SMS and in no time the grocery comes to your home. So this entire digital is changing. And what is changing is the customer experience and customer behavior, the way they are buying, the expectation of customer. Because that is what is forcing organization to adopt the new model to be relevant in the market and be ahead of their competition. So I think the digital is a must for organization to adapt. And also it helps and create a new business model with the demand of from enterprise customer and also from the customer experience standpoint, because every customer wanted differentiated experience. And that's where the digital is helping us to create the new experience.
Now, given your vast experience in the financial services space, what would you say are the key components of a truly digital enterprise?
Actually, the true digital enterprise is always very open. The boundaries between the inside the organization and outside the organizations need to be blurred, which means that it has a open interfaces available to partner with the ecosystem much more friendly manner than going with a very proprietary interfaces. And it has to be, again, when we say a little bit of technology, like, there are certain standards which are coming in the BFSI world, like open banking or PSD2, where the APIs have been prescribed in a certain format. There will not be, there is a popular saying in Bank 4.0 that there will be banking but no more banks. So those API set of standards are driven towards that, you can have accounts in any bank or multiple bank, but you will deal with some kind of a service providers. Nowadays, various wallet services are available. Various PSP models are available in the country. So if we go to those standardizations, and then they will be actually the account aggregator, payment aggregators, and they will be providing the services using a unified front end, whichever is of the customer liking. So customer will go where the service is best, rather than going to the parent organization. So a more
open access to the customer to access whichever service that they would like. And in that context, so how would you respond when it comes to this very definition of a digital enterprise? Because if the industry itself transformed to such an extent that we don't recognize it, say 4-5 years on from here, the definition itself then keeps changing.
So when from HPE standpoint, we feel that there are 3 core fundamental of any digital organization. First is obviously the technology. Second piece, which is important and very, very critical, is the employees. And third is the economics. Now, from technology standpoint, we believe that world is going to be edge-centric, cloud-enabled, and data-driven. And we help organization to create entire hybrid strategy, hybrid model for their organization, so that they can provide the services 24/7 from anywhere to anywhere. And that's a core building block of those things. So it can be a combination of on-prem, on public cloud, or cloud-like offering kind of thing, which works seamlessly across from cloud to data center. And second, which is the people, is very, very important, because most of the organizations forget when they move into the digital transformation journey, what is the culture, the employee engagement, the training and empowerment of those employees is very, very critical. And that's a place, again, HP plays a very important and critical role to enable the large enterprises and ensure that through our Point Next services organization, through advisory and professional services, they create the entire blueprint for the organization, for starting from driving at the development stage to implementation and finally to the operational level, the managing seamlessly across those things. And by doing those things, create a culture which is very different, which is innovate and also bring a lot of efficiency in the entire ecosystem. And third, which is again very critical, is the economics of the entire system. And that's a place where our HP Financial Services play a very important and critical role. So we can avoid organization to invest a large amount of money in CapEx and block it, because with the way that digital transformation is happening, the changes are happening, it is very, very fast. So by bringing the HP Financial Services, you pay as you use and as you consume as a services kind of thing. So we bring out those all the unused asset which are trapped into the system and bring more and more efficiency so that you can invest back more in innovation and bring more outcome as a services in that area.
What's your POV around the innovations for pay-per-use consumption model?
So HPE has been working, while we have got a very strategic focus on the hybrid cloud side. We have got a lot of innovation, product technology, and all similarly onto the edge side, because edge is where the entire the data is getting captured. It's going to get analyzed and going to get consumed with the AI and ML application. When HP, we are looking how to integrate all of those things together and provide to our customer pay-per-use as a consumption-based model, and that's a place where we felt that it's very important, and we brought in the new concept called Green Lake offering through our HP Financial Services. So what we do, we understand the organization and enterprise requirement from hybrid cloud environment, from intelligent edge requirement, and from the services, because somebody has to work it out from the services side to ensure a seamless integration from edge to cloud. And that needs to be integrated. And through our Point Next services, through our advisory and professional services, we bring all of those things. So the way we work it out, understand from customer enterprise requirement, what workload to keep on-prem, what workload to keep on the cloud environment, and create a seamless interface there, and brought the technology and services there. On the intelligent edge side, bring all those efficiencies so that we can collect the data at the edge, analyze at the edge, and then provide the insight to those things, and obviously provide the seamless services around those things. So all these things we provide as a Green Lake offering, and customer can choose outcome as a services for those things. So it can be any services. Let's say database as a services, it can be network as a services, or it can be application as a services. So whatever customers want as the outcome, we provide that thing as a services. And by doing these things, we reduce the customer overall CapEx expenditure so that they can invest back that CapEx into the new technology and new innovation. So this is how the HP story has been around the entire Green Lake offering and pay-per consumption model.
Looking into the future, the financial sector in India especially is a sort of path breaker when it comes to embracing and adopting innovations, especially when we look at AI or blockchain or a host of other technologies. Yes. How do you see things going on from here? Because the pace of adoption has been rapid, and while, as you said, there's a lot of regulation also to look after, there's security also to look after, but at the same time it's important to keep up with the pace of innovation and sometimes cross, and it's a very competitive sector, so to say. What's the future looking like in your opinion?
I think future is quite exciting, I see, because financial sector is not only adopting the new technologies, but every day it is rediscovering itself, and it is drawing the analogy from the various other sectors. There is a probably, it will be a kind of too ambitious to say few years back, but this is a time where GE had created the IoT OS like Predix, although I know that at this minute it has not been very successful because it was not interoperable. But whatever learnings have come from there, I think there is a huge need where the financial sector has to develop a new core banking platform, which is a new Android event-driven architecture, like Android, whatever Android did to mobile market. So similarly, they have to come up with a new digital platform where all these banking systems are being hosted, which already take care of the aspects which we are discussing, that they are cloud-enabled. They are microservices, Docker, or you name it, any new open source technologies. They are all enabled by default natively, and they have AI and data native to its behavior. So historical data, you can keep it on a cloud, while real-time analytics, you are building as you are having a conversation, as the customer is having to browse your services, you are doing the real-time analytics and giving him the real-time offers. You are giving a real-time pricing of the insurance products or any investment management products or the mutual funds, like you can give a special discount at that particular moment to grab the customer. So based on the segmentation, you can have further refinement of on the offers given for your services given to the customer. And so that basically is really improving the customer experience, and I see is going to go multiple fold. And now coming to the blockchain, again, I think this is going to be the new OS. I think we have to keep on investing into newer technologies like these, and blockchain is definitely improving the customer experience, especially in the trade finance area, supply chain finance area, or loyalty programs.
Lots of applications.
Lot of applications, like even Alibaba in China is, they have set up their loyalty program based on the blockchain, and a lot of wallet companies are also setting up their experience, where they are giving the some of the especially in our country, we don't have cryptocurrency as a legal tender, but they are having a some kind of a coinage they have discovered, or like a customer loyalty points as a digital currency.
The market will always find a way, and keeping that in mind, the feedback that Mr. Bhasin has given, the financial sector is not shy of breaking new ground, especially when it comes to improving on customer interaction. So how is HPE geared to support the financial sector in India from here on, as it looks for new business models, new revenue streams, new customer interactions?
So from Hewlett-Packard Enterprise standpoint, we are heavily involved in the financial sector. Almost all large banks, all large financial institutions, they use various technologies of our services and all. I'll give you one or two examples how some of the in public sector bank is also adopting some of those technology and changing those things. So recently we did a very innovative thing from the data standpoint, data AI, and built into those things. So Andhra Pradesh State Cooperative Bank and Telangana State Cooperative Bank, they wanted to refresh their entire storage, bringing a lot of AI into the entire environment, because they are providing a lot of loan to farmers and agriculture, these things, and they were unable to figure it out, what kind of loan and how to provide those things. We brought our the highest end of the three-part technology on the data side, and as Mr. Bhasin mentioned, in the financial institution, you are just getting more and more data. Somebody has to keep analyzing, keep churning the data. Both these banks, we have deployed this three-part technology, And today they are able to provide a lot of AI and based offering to the farmer and to agriculture, these things, and say this is what you should be doing. And it has really transformed those things. So we are deeply involved in these things and trying to make the differentiated aspect in the financial sector so that we can get the best customer experience to our this thing. Another thing which we have done for one of our largest public sector bank, they wanted to grow after when the Jan Dhan announcement came in, and they wanted to ensure that they create an infrastructure which can scale up to 2 billion accounts, which was not an easy thing. So again, with the technology innovations and working what we have done along with our Point Next services, we created a platform with this bank, and this bank today can go up to 2 billion accounts on a single platform. So these are not the easy things. These are the innovation which HPE is bringing to some of our largest financial institutions and financial customers in India.
Well, as a financial service customer, I can say that the future definitely looks bright, and we've got a lot of interesting insights from both Mr. Bhasin and Mr. Satsangi on how digital transformation journeys can be very fulfilling if you know what you're doing, if you know what the plan is, if you know how to improve yourself and to improve your interaction with the customer as well. I'd like to thank Mr. Bhasin and Mr. Satsangi for joining us. That's our eye on the financial sector in India and its digital transformation journey. And that's it for us on Control Your Digital Destiny. You've been watching CNBC TV 18.